Hey guys, Marissa at kitchentablestamper.com. Today I've got a really pretty wintry Christmas card for you. I'm really loving this well-defined stamp set from Stampin Up. It's definitions, but with a little kick, I guess. So we're going to use Christmas, the time of year where the presence of family is better than presents from family. I also love gratitude, the feeling in my heart when I think of you. I'm thinking about putting this one in the inside of the card because I haven't decorated it yet. All right, so that's our card for today, and we're also using the Christmas season bundle. The Christmas season bundle is a great new set of fun label dies, and it can be paired up with a Christmas season greenery stamp set, 14 photo polymer piece set, and when you buy them together, you save 10%. So let's get started with some stamping using the Christmas season, shall we? We're going to make these beautiful pine cones, berries, and greenery. I have a scrap of basic white cardstock, evening evergreen, real red, soft suede, and crumb cake, classic ink. And we're going to do these gorgeous greeneries. I did a couple of the things that we need multiples ahead of time, so I'll only demonstrate one each of our sprigs and berries, but you'll need 3. So I've got 2 that are done ahead of time here. Let's go ahead and we're going to start with our bigger images, see if I can fit them all in this one scrap that I have. We'll see. I'm going to start with my pine cone. You can see the pine cone has a bigger, kind of blurrier image and then some details. We're going to stamp our bigger, blurrier pine cone using crumb cake ink, and then we're going to stamp our details using soft suede. I love the 2-step stamping. Wait till you see how this just comes alive. Now we've got our shadows, our midtones, and our highlights. Isn't that great? So we're going to do the same thing for the small pine cone. We need one more evergreen bough, so we're going to use evening evergreen for that one. And another sprig with berries. I like to do the sprig first and then place the berries. My berries are real red. Aren't those beautiful? Okay, well, we've got our inks all out and open. Let's set those aside to dry for just a second. I've got a circle here, and this one is die cut using the layering circles. And our Christmas greeting. Now this circle is 2 5/8, so it's the second largest from layering circles. And I've got my real red. We're gonna stamp the definition, the greeting, the well-defined greeting at the top of this circle, leaving some room for our greenery to overlap the bottom. Beautiful. And then let's do the background of our card. Look at how gorgeous that evening evergreen ink on the soft succulent card base is. Since we're going to be stamping off, since we're going to be stamping off the edge of our card, we're going to use our small grid paper, and we only need the evening evergreen. So let me clear away the rest of the ink pads. My card base is soft succulent, and I'm going to take that same evergreen sprig and I'm going to stamp randomly around the outer edge of the card. You don't need to do the center because you've got this big piece of designer series paper here that's going to cover most of that area. So keep that in mind while you're stamping. Okay, I'm happy with my sprigs. Now I'm going to go in with a little spatter. And this image is from the Color and Contour stamp set. I love the texture that that one brings. So let's go ahead and just spatter among the evergreen boughs. All right, I feel like I'm pretty happy with that background. Let's clear away the ink pads, and we're gonna get the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine to cut out our greenery. I've got my dies. I'm gonna line them up and send them through. All right, everybody's all set up. I got a little bit of low tack tape to hopefully keep them all in place. Let's give it a run through the machine. Excellent. Now, while we're here, we're going to add a little texture to one of our labels. Let me show you what I've got. I've got this largest label. It's cut from the seasonal labels dies. I'll show you that whole set after we emboss it. This is the largest one. It's from Crumb Cake. And we're going to emboss and give it some beautiful wood grain texture using the Timber 3D embossing folder. I'm just gonna pop this little guy in here. I love this because if you're making more than one of these cards, if you're gonna make a few of them to send the timber folder, you should be able to put two of these little guys side by side. And look at that texture. Isn't that fantastic? All right, let's get that out of here so I can show you this entire die set. So we've got our pine bough and cones, our sprigs and our berries, our gorgeous wood texture label, and that is all from the seasonal labels dies. There's that largest label. Then it's got two smaller with a similar shape. You can cut these little cutouts are optional. You can add it like a tag or to thread the ribbon. And then you've got all the shapes to cut out your greenery. Really cool die set. All right, let's bring our card back in and our sample too. Got two more pieces here to complete this card. Got Early Espresso, it's scallop circle, and that's the second largest scallop circle from the Layering Circles die set, cut from Early Espresso, and our designer series paper. Isn't this gorgeous? These beautiful painted patterns, they're hand painted. This is from the Painted Christmas 12 by 12 designer series paper. It's new in the holiday catalog. This is a gorgeous pack of paper and it coordinates perfectly with the Christmas season stamp. All right, I need some adhesive. I'm going to use multi-purpose liquid and some Stampin' Dimensionals. I have this cute little one from my paper pumpkin. Let's use them up. We're going to adhere our Christmas definition to our scallop circle. And then we're going to adhere the scallop circle to our gorgeous wood texture. Then we'll take our designer series paper and let's get that on the card front. I think we get gorgeous artistic, a beautiful handmade Christmas card, kind of an above and beyond without a whole lot of work. There's no hand coloring, there's no fussy cutting, but we're still getting these gorgeous effects. Let's get some ribbon. Got the mini ruched real red ribbon. You're gonna need about between 9 and 10 inches to get a little loop. I love this ribbon as almost like you would use a strip of designer series paper. And instead of tying it or knotting it, I like to just glue it down. So we're going to take a little bit longer than our card, fold it in half, and then when you feel good with that, then you'll trim it from the spool, and we're going to glue it down with some tear and tape adhesive. So I like to run the tear and tape right along the designer series paper, that seam there where it meets the cardstock. And then I'll put one tail just a little bit past the edge, and then loop back just a little bit before the edge. And if you need to here, you can add another little glue dot or a bit of tear and tape to just secure this ribbon. Get that pretty loop. Now we can trim off the excess. And if you want to save that and make a perfect little loop as a decoration, or a perfect little tail that you could staple onto the edge of something. So hold on to that one for this one. I went a little bit long, and there's no sense in wasting that, because with this ribbon, you don't use really long lengths of it to tie bows, because it's kind of lumpy. It makes a better trim than a ribbon. Next up, dimensionals on the back of our label. I need some regular size ones. We need the right size for the job here. I think 4 will do it. But then again, nobody likes a saggy middle, right? 5. Remove the liner and adhere. And now our greenery and pine cones. Oh, look at that. I must have chose the wrong brown. This is early espresso. This is soft suede. Well, now you can look at them and tell me which one you like better. Leave a comment if you want. Tell me which one you like. All right, so for my large pine cone, that's kind of where I'm going to start. I'm going to put a small dimensional on the edge, and then a bit of multi-purpose liquid glue on this edge. Because this is already bumped up, you don't need dimensional. We're going to kind of underline the word presents there. And I don't burnish anything down too strong until I really get my arrangement here. We're doing like a floral arrangement. So I'll just start tucking in my berries and my leaves. And when I've got them where I want them, I'll tuck them in to the multi-purpose liquid glue that's behind. Now for this guy, we're going to take a mini dimensional and tuck that right in underneath our berries. It's like the best of both worlds, paper crafting and floral arrangement with this set. And then these guys too, can put dimensionals on the ends of them. And I don't use a whole lot of adhesive during this kind of arrangement stage, because you want to be able to lift and tuck. And you can always go back after everything's in place and add spots of adhesive where you need it. And then this little guy, and then our berries. We can put one on the very end there. Get that guy over the 2. And then our little pine cone's going to go on with dimensionals. A couple of little ones will do just fine. Don't cover your greeting. There's our small pine cone. Now, like I said, we can go back and add just a little bit of support dimensional. So we know that one will be covered if we put there. And right here, it will be covered if we put here. And then that'll secure these berries that we kind of just tucked in before. So cute. Early espresso, soft suede. Let's embellish. Not sure which one I like. This one has kind of a monochrome kind of a feel to it. It's softer, where this draws the attention right to those pine cones. This one, I feel it's the whole card kind of share the attention. What do you guys think? There's no mistakes in paper crafting, just opportunities, right? All right, I got the rhinestone basic gems, and I'm going to take your pick tool. We're going to add a little sprinkling of sparkles. And there it is. Christmas, the time of year when the presence of family is better than presents from family. If you've got any questions about the card or the products, if there's anything I can do to help you stay crafty, email marissa@kitchentablestamper.com, and to shop Stampin' Up 24/7, buzz over to marisaalvarez.stampinup.net. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.